Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another video that we're actually posting. This is a little bit different. I wanted to share something with you guys. I know this is our family YouTube channel, but I definitely wanted to share this with everyone that is listening or even view this video. It's not the normal silly video or family fun video that we normally do. So I'll let you know that right off the top. But it is a encouraging video to hopefully help not only someone else but myself as well. So before we get into it, I want to make sure that you guys subscribe to our channel, Embry Family Entertaining. With positive support, okay? Positive support only, okay? If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. If you do, that's good. If not, that's also fine, okay? So because see, one thing you don't like Indian givers. 1 minute you subscribe to someone and then the next minute you take it back because you got mad. So, or where you didn't like where it was being said. But if you're a true supporter, you're going to follow to the end, and we do appreciate and thank you for that. So just make sure you do, please, sir, please, ma'am, just subscribe to our channel, and we definitely, keep the videos coming. So let's get into this. I want to discuss this or talk about being able to afford our blessings. Being able to afford our blessing. I guarantee you somebody already like, what do we mean being able to afford your blessing? What we have to understand is every blessing comes with a cost. We have to understand we don't receive blessings freely. So there's a cost that we have to pay to receive a blessing. A lot of people have to understand, and so many don't understand that in order for us to receive a blessing, we got to pay the cost. We got to understand that there's a price tag that's on our blessing. See, you got people that see people walk around with some of the finest things in life, some of the nicest cars and some of the finest jewelry and some of the brand name clothes, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and so many other brands. And you're looking at these people, but you're not understanding that they paid the cost to be able to afford to wear those things and have those things. You have people that have nice homes, but it comes with a cost. You have people that have nice bodies, nice teeth, and they have these things done. They want them, but they had to pay the cost to have it done. You have people that have nice hairstyles. You have people that have nice nails, but they pay the cost to be able to have these things. And so when you look at these people, you can't assume that all because they have it, that it came free. No matter how you look at it, everything comes with a cost. Everything that you get comes with a cost. And somebody might be saying, okay, so where does that tie in with my blessing far as having a cost? Me being able to afford my cost. If you go to the mall and you see that you cannot afford that price tag that's on these brand name clothes or on this jewelry or on this fine car, on this fine home, you know you can't afford it, then you can't get it. you can't get it. Or if you sit there and you go and you spend your last trying to afford it, but yet you fail because you lose it because you can't afford to keep it. And somebody may be still saying, so where does that tie in with our blessing? Well, here it goes just for you. What we have to understand is that our blessings come with a cost. When we begin to be lining up and our blessing is lining up for us, there's going to come a cost with our blessing. That's becoming a price tag that's on that blessing that we gotta afford. It's not monetary, but it is something that we gotta go through. It's something that we're gonna have to face to be able to afford that blessing. And see, we will be tested. When a blessing is lined up for us, we gotta understand, we got a price tag to go through something. Meaning the devil is going to throw things in our way. The devil is going to throw price tags in our way, meaning there's going to be things that we're going to have to try to overcome that's going to be pressure point on us to try to break us, to make us feel that we can't get to it. He's going to throw things in our life that's going to depress us, upset us, make us mad, to try to hinder our blessing. But see, we have to understand is that we can afford these blessings because we got a God that can afford it all. And see, what he did was God sent his only son to pay a price for us. When he died on the cross, he paid a price for us because he wanted us to have a free life. He wanted us to have a life to live on this earth. He died for our sins. But in order for him to want us to have a good life, he had to pay a price. And he died on that cross for us. He paid that price. Now, if he would not have paid that price, we wouldn't be here. So you look at it and you have to, you begin to wonder, Lord, I'm going through this, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. You begin to wonder, so why? But you think about it, it's this price tag. I can afford it. But many people ain't going to be able to afford it. Many people ain't going to be able to afford it. And that's just true talk. Many people ain't going to be able to afford the blessing. But why? Because you're going to give in. You're going to break. All because you're trying to please that flesh. All because you're trying to take control of your situation with your own, in your own way. Instead of stepping back and allowing God to handle your situation. And when I say step back, that's basically meaning you're trusting God, but making the decisions that you know that God will be pleased with. Because at that point then you're identifying the fact that I know it ain't nothing but a price tag that the devil is putting on this to try to hinder me from receiving my blessing. But it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So the next time you're faced with a situation, you have to think down and think back and look at it. This is just a price tag that the devil is trying to put on me to try to keep me from affording my blessing. This is just a price tag that the devil is trying to get me to break, to think, make me think I can't afford my blessing. you can afford your blessing. Because you serve a God that is rich. You serve a God that has all power. You serve a God that has heaven and earth in his hand. You serve a God that has almighty power. So the next time you have a price tag that's stuck on you and you begin to go through things, just think about it. You can afford your blessing. You can afford your blessing. We're going to be faced with many problems in our life. We're going to be faced with many situations that we feel like we can't overcome. Just think about it. It's a price tag. It's only a price tag. We can overcome it. And then there are situations where we have lost our blessing. We had it. We had it. And we lost it. But see, that's not the end of the story. Because when he died on the cross, he made it possible for us to be able to live again. Meaning basically, we might lose, but it don't mean it's over. Because when he died on the cross, he gave us a new beginning. And with that new beginning, we can understand how to face our next challenge. So all because you lost your blessing the first time, that does not mean that you cannot afford your blessing the second time or the third time. Your blessings is based upon you being able to afford it. I don't care how many times you done failed the test. I don't care how many times you done gave in or cracked up under pressure. It's never too late. It's never too late to know that God has you. He has all power. He has you. He can afford it. So if he can afford to die on that cross for your sin and my sin, we can afford to receive the blessing that he has in store for us. So I leave you with this. When you're faced with that issue, when you're faced with that problem, when you're faced with domestic issues, when you're faced with marital problems, when you're faced with financial problems, when you're faced with family problems, when you're faced with work issues, understand this. It's a price tag that the devil is throwing at you that's trying to make you feel that you cannot afford your blessing. Don't give up. Stay the course. Keep fighting, for you can afford your blessing.